Okay. Shop Talk Podcast, episode 22. Hey, guys. Naytahwaush.
We're back after Naytahwaush. Yeah.
Naytahwaush round 2, Snowdio is what they call it for 54 years, I think. So I've been going to Naytahwaush Snowdio for probably 24, 25 years now.
Yeah, us too. We've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
That was kind of the big one before Pine Lake was.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I think that's like our earliest memory of snowmobile racing came from Naytahwaush.
Yeah.
Because you guys were doing the radar runs to start with?
Yeah. And then I remember racing El Tigres there back, before they ever had a vintage class with USXC or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. So
All right, I'll get closer.
So, yeah, we got Collin Grover in studio here. Collin, you were in for a Halloween episode. You don't have your pimp costume on this time.
No.
So.
If you don't recognize him, he was the pimp.
Yeah, he's still a pimp. It would have been pretty funny if he wore it today.
Still just pimping, guys. Oh, God. Missed opportunities.
Yeah.
So, yeah, round 2 this past weekend. Brody, you were down there. Did you meet some people that listen to the podcast?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Met a couple. It was cool as hell. The younger kid from New York.
Yeah, Luke Beatty.
Yeah,
Yep.
Luke. And the whole family, I met the whole family. They were all, big fans and, talk about episodes and what's going to be on the next episode. It's so, I don't want to use the word weird. It's just unique because it's always just like the first time happening where people recognize me and know who I am and I have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
But it's always so damn cool at the end of it to walk away and be like, holy crap, like people are actually watching the show and caring about it and like want to talk to us. And
Yeah.
If you're going to be an actor, this is what it's all about. Yeah.
I don't want to be an actor.
So kind of the big news of after the race was that Ironwood is canceled because it was like 50 some odd degrees there and rain. So they lost all their snow. So I think Core is done for the season.
Yep.
But it didn't really seem like they said 100% sure. Did they?
I don't know. It didn't really talk about another race. So.
No, because they talked about the 2025 schedule is coming out at mid-March. So I would assume that they're over.
Yeah.
So that means Shop Talk Podcast Fantasy League is over.
Mm-hmm.
So we got it all totaled up. So we didn't have any prizes to give away for Naytahwaush round 2. So I think what were we at? We were at 54 entries. So we didn't promote it quite as hard, being that we didn't have stuff to give away. Mm-hmm. But just to run through the top 10 of people that for
just Naytahwaush round.
Just Naytahwaush round 2. Sorry, we don't have any prizes to give away. But if you did good, you'll get your name read off.
Yeah, you're getting a shout out.
Travis Brisbane won round 2, all the way from Vermont.
Oh, nice.
So
crap.
yeah, Casey Prees in second, and that name caught my eye because Casey Prees was actually an old racer back in like 2014, 2015. I raced against him in semi-pro. He was super fast.
Huh.
Oh,
in 2014, 2015.
And he's from Wisconsin.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that name caught my eye right away. That was like, I haven't seen that name in a while. Collin Grover in third.
Oh, no
Nice.
kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I thought I didn't do worth a crap.
Yeah. Grace Nyland. Yep.
Yep. That's Brian's wife.
Yep.
Or girlfriend.
Yep.
No.
Polly V in fifth. Riley Schmidt sixth. Cooper Kangas seventh. Eric Harris eighth. Parker Bowe ninth, and Dale Cluse is 10th. Dale Cluse was messaging me asking if he could see the list of how he did. He must have thought he did pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Grover in 11th.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up there.
Yeah.
Good.
So that was the top 11 there. Scott Preston 14th, Reese Hoffworth 15th, Brady Wadena 16th. Another Naytahwaush local down there, Dave Drina in 17th. So yeah, we had a lot of normal people play that did pretty good.
Yeah, awesome.
Good. Awesome.
So sorry to those people that did good this weekend and we didn't have any prizes to give away.
Just a shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get a shout out.
The Iron Dog threw a huge wrench in there.
Yeah. And then, speaking of Iron Dog, another big thanks to Lee and Heather Davis, because they actually shipped out those prizes that they had to the winners. And they said that was their contribution to the podcast. So
Yeah, awesome.
So
Thanks a
to them.
lot.
That's nice.
So yeah, before we get into the calls and whatnot, we'll go over the winners of the Shop Talk podcast.
Overall
fantasy.
winners.
Yep. I should have had the
This is big news.
Yeah.
talk amongst yourselves for 1 second.
Okay, yeah. Who knows what Gunner's doing on his phone? Playing a video? What the hell?
No, just getting the prizes
He's-
listed,
Okay.
just so I made sure. Okay. First place, Shop Talk Podcast Fantasy gets a Shop Talk shirt and a $100 Woody's gift card to Woody's. Paulie V.
No way! That'll be sweet. Yeah, that'll help. That's perfect.
Yeah, so
You know what's really cool about that? He told us at Naytahwaush this last weekend that he made his picks a long time ago.
oh really?
Like he said he made them as early as he could.
Oh,
Yep. So he didn't wait for qualifying or anything.
huh?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yep. So he did good.
Yeah, and then that's when Mandy tallied it off, and she told me I was laughing. So that's pretty neat. That
Yeah, that's
because we've
good.
been kind of reading Paulie's name off all year.
Oh, yeah, totally.
All the
Yeah.
results.
That's awesome.
So, but
That's another funny thing. I beat Paulie V in trail class, and he was chewing me out for it. But Paulie V, you're the real winner here. You whoop my ass in fantasy.
yeah, Shop Talk shirt and $100 to Woody's. So huge thanks to Rick TD and Woody's Traction Products too for that.
Yeah, thank you, Woody.
Super cool. Second place, Chad Paulson.
Oh, jeez.
He this weekend again. He submitted about 5 picks again.
Really?
Yep.
This guy's just on the ball.
Yeah, he wanted it. So, okay. So yeah. So Chad Paulson in second gets apparel items from Fox.
Oh, nice.
So
Cool.
probably a sweatshirt and a hat. So we're gonna try to get that handled with Vince. So
Awesome. We actually know what the prices are for Fox.
yep, yeah,
Somewhat.
sweatshirt and a hat. Yep. And then so in third place, the 1 gallon of Polaris VES oil from Spencer, the Carbide Podcast.
Yeah.
Huge thanks to Spencer.
The Carbide Podcast guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Megan Priest, who
yeah.
I think actually is Casey Priest's wife, maybe.
Nice.
Okay.
So
Oh,
yeah,
hey,
a
that's
gallon-
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gallon 2-stroke oil
Mm-hmm.
from the Carbide Podcast. And then to the top placing dirt bike rider, the VS3 suspension work. I'm not sure on who rides dirt bike or not. So I'll maybe look through the list and kind of maybe ask some people if they wanted. See, I don't think he rides dirt bike anymore. So yeah, we'll try to get that figured out. So that's our. No, he don't ride dirt bike anymore neither.
Kyle's just
Yeah,
throwing names at the wall at this point.
he might.
I'm going down the list.
This person.
Yeah. So yeah, super cool. Shop Talk Podcast Fantasy League, year 1 of doing it, and we had 200 some odd entries throughout
Total.
the year. 200 different individual people.
Holy
God.
crap. Nice.
That is so freaking wild.
We'll
Yeah.
be back next year and hopefully get some more.
Yeah, like
Good
maybe
prizes.
we'll pursue it a little harder to try to get like top 10 prizes or something from our sponsors or something.
And maybe when the drag racing season starts,
Drag racing? What do you mean?
grass drags.
Oh,
We
No
could
one-
do another fantasy
No
thing.
one cares about that.
I'd have
No,
not
people
a,
care, but
I'd have not a
us-
single idea what
Yeah.
to do about
I
that.
don't know if cross country and
It's
Yeah.
snowmobiles.
yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, that's
you'd
your
have
top.
better luck doing like a UFC fantasy or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, top 3 of Paulie V, Chad Paulson, Megan Priest. Congrats. I'll just run down like the top 10 here or something. Reese Hoffworth in 4th, Riley Schmidt, Collin Grover.
Hey, cool.
Yep. Frankie Paul, she's the one that won last weekend's Naytahwaush. Casey Priest, Eric Harris, Hayden Knightsky, Ree Wadena, Chad Neeson, Neil Jensen, Dylan Stevens, Scott Preston, Cooper Kangas, Nathan Poterchek. He doubled down, and I think he might have picked me again for this past weekend. He said all or nothing, I think. I let him down again, so sorry.
Yeah, I told her if I told him I picked him to win it this weekend. I don't know why he didn't. You really screwed me, man.
But then Kyle Grover, right behind him.
Hey, out of 200, that's not bad.
Yep. Mike Young, Brady Wadena, Stuart Brandt, Adam Wahlberg. Yeah. Yeah, we could name off the whole list.
Yeah, which,
So,
sorry, but
yeah.
we're not doing that.
No, maybe I'll put it out there on the Facebook page. Or
We're not
something.
doing it because Gunner sucks at reading names.
It would take so long for him to just keep going back to Kyle. How do you say it?
How long would people listen to us just reading
Reading 200 names.
Is this an R or an Q?
So for show 22, we're planning on we're calling Alex Hatin, pro open winner from this weekend. Oh, he just got back to me
Hey.
because it had been about 15 minutes.
Yeah, and he didn't race round 1.
No. So that's what.
So it was cool to see that he came out in round 2 and got a win in the Pro Open.
Yeah, so that was what I was going to ask him about on why he wasn't there. I think he went out east testing or something with Polaris, like right after the Sioux, and just didn't have time. But so yeah, what another action-packed weekend. I want to shout out Core. Shout out to Todd and Andrea for pulling off 2 weekends on a lake that they didn't know what it was going to give them.
Yep.
With the weather they were dealt. So so they got 2 good weekends in.
Yep.
Which is
that's good.
Better than people are canceling races right now left and right. For like the next week and 2 weeks. So.
And the night riders also, Naytahwaush, those guys were working all weekend.
Having to cart everybody down to and from the lake. And
they did it really good.
They were busting their butts, that's for sure.
Yeah. I didn't think it was really cool that they gave the semi-pros more money in the Tom MacArthur
Yeah, that was cool.
award, and all the MacArthurs were there, so that was really cool at the awards banquet.
Some nice plaques.
Yeah,
also.
really nice trophies for first, second, and third and semi-pro.
They were sharp.
And then Fosston got canceled too.
Yeah,
So
that was a bummer.
Yeah. Brody was gonna get back on the racetrack.
Yep, I was looking forward to racing against you guys again.
Back on the Red Dragon.
Oh yeah, I was looking forward to it.
It's weird seeing Glenn on it now.
Yeah.
I think the East Coast race got canceled also.
Yeah, I'd seen that. Yep. Okay, so yeah, Alex Hatin, Team Polaris, Pro Open winner, like snowmobile, like his name is high up in snowmobile world.
Totally.
For sure.
Brody, you got it?
Yeah. Well, you were playing random videos, so I had to turn her down.
Hello?
Hey, Alex, how's it going?
Good.
You're live on Shop Talk podcast with me and Kyle and Collin and Brody here.
Cool.
So, Alex, Pro Open winner this weekend. It was actually your first Pro Open win, I think, right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
But you've been super close many times with the open sleds, but just seemed to always just have a few little issues here and there. But I think, do you have 2 pro stock wins, I want to say? Is that?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
That's what I thought, because it was Pine Lake and Park Rapids 2018.
You got it. Yep, you got it.
Yeah. So yeah, Pine Lake winner. Gosh, dang.
Yep. Another one that beat you.
Well, no, I was still in semi-pro that year. Yeah. So Alex, Pro Open winner. Man, your mod sled was moving during that final, or even all day it was. You qualified front row and everything on it.
Yeah, qualified second with felt kind of weird and checked it over and noticed the A-arms were broke. So I got kind of lucky there that I was even able to finish the qualifier that held together long enough.
Oh, both A-arms were broke.
Yeah, both of the uppers were broke, and these A-arms have been around. I've been racing the same set for a few years now, so it's just too many years of ice racing on them.
Oh, I see. Because even Tate had came in too during the qualifier with a broken upper A-arm.
Yeah, it looked like a ball joint fell out or something.
No, it just
broke in the same spot, but mine didn't break as bad.
And then even was it last weekend? I think Ergman broke a A-arm in the stock final.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Wow. Huh? That's just maybe some weird ice chatter or something on those things.
Yeah, ice racing's hard on stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. You could say that again.
Yeah.
How's your cooler look?
I think it's
on
okay.
your 4-stroke.
Oh, mine? Oh. Yeah. I had to rebuild it. I don't know how many times. So Alex, you and Bo had a hell of a battle there in the final, and they actually, Scott Roy had you on radar gun on that first straightaway when you were coming back towards shore. Both you and Bo were at 117.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that.
So like, I had one question though on why are you still using the Matrix chassis as a mod, and then like everybody else has kind of gone to that snowcross style with the aero kit.
Yeah, it's just something we started like 3 years ago. Just trying to. It's quite a bit lighter, the Matrix chassis, with the cast bulkhead and the integrated chain case and all that stuff. And the geometry's pretty similar overall for the suspension and the ergos and stuff. So we just thought it'd be a good way to save some weight, try to do something a little different. But it's been quite a project because we're kind of off on our own trying to get, the pipes to fit. And Joe Wood had to design all custom steering for it, move the steering post over, and me and Nick Gustafson and guys getting the pipes to fit under the plastic. And so you can't just, nothing's just easy. Just buy something and put it in. It's a lot of work on everything. But so it's been a learning curve, and struggled through some stuff, probably because we're doing different stuff, but I think we're finally getting it figured out.
Yeah, because you guys would have won. Dan would have won Pro Open on it at Pine Lake last year because that thing was hauling the mail last year. But it was like the pipe temp sensor cracked out of it.
Yeah, the pipe cracked around the weld. Yeah, for the pipe temp sensor. So
yeah,
that was another thing we learned.
when you're making that much horsepower to them, I mean, stuff just happens here and there.
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble with spark plugs too, and everybody always says detonation, but it was not detonation. I think we had ground straps falling off, and we had more fuel and less timing than the other guys, and there's no detonation in any of the data, and the ground straps are just falling off. So finally bailed on those after DNFing several races because I was going pretty good in Iowa too, at Okoboji one year, and then like 7 laps in, the ground strap falls off the spark plug and you just finish on one cylinder. So, but we went to these surface gap plugs, and those have been pretty good. And we were running them at the Sioux too, and they were really good for about 490 laps. And then it's firing too. But
yeah, I know. I've seen you maybe once or twice of where it fouls the spark plug, even right in staging there.
Yeah, that one, I thought it was a spark plug, but it turned out to be a reed that.
Oh, sure.
In Park Rapids, yeah, we changed spark plugs quick, but it was actually the reed pedal was broke. So.
Oh. Huh. Well, it doesn't affect it at wide open because we found that out at the Sioux last year when we qualified with a broken reed. It sounded terrible.
You can keep it running.
Yeah, it sounded terrible on the jack stand, but Troy went out there and put it on pole position with a broken reed. But so to recap your Pro Open race there, Alex, you got out to the lead there, and man, you and Bo just totally checked out from the rest of the field. And you and Bo stayed about 2 to 3 seconds apart, like that whole first stint, and then to where actually Bo got around you at one point. What happened there?
Yeah, he his was handling a little better through the chicanes in the back. I don't know if it would be the west side of the lake in those corners, and he got around me and built a little gap in front of me there. So then I was having to lift. I couldn't hold it wide open through those corners, and he was a little more planted and could steer through them fine. So then he gapped me a little bit there, and I followed him for like 1 lap after that, I think, and then we came into the fuel stop together at the same time, and we were using a quick dump can, and he had I don't know which can he had, but we ended up getting out of the fuel stop ahead of him, luckily, and that's where it paid off.
Yeah, because then once you got out of the fuel stop there, right in front of them, like 2 seconds, you guys just stayed that 2 to 3 seconds the whole rest of the race,
right?
And so that's like I know that feeling of you have somebody right on your tail and you can't make a single mistake. Like, so did you go clean those last couple laps, like of not hitting?
Right, exactly. You gotta tell yourself not to overdrive and just hit your marks, and like you say, one mistake, one blown corner, and it's all over. So.
Yeah, because especially with that water out there, that water can grab a ski like unknowingly and just pull you right in.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Learn that in a team race.
Oh, really?
The track wasn't the same if you didn't know.
No. Huh. Well, yeah, I was standing next to Jill actually, like with like 2 to 3 laps to go, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna be so pumped up if Alex wins. I don't know if I'll be able to do the mechanics race."
Yeah, she was probably more excited than I was. Pretty into it.
So yeah, that was awesome to see. It was a good battle because you guys finished like almost a minute ahead of Aaron Christensen in third.
Jeez.
So
They were boogieing.
Yeah. Yep. But then, so how'd pro stock go for you, Alex?
Terrible. Yeah, go from first on Saturday to dead last on Sunday. That was great.
Yeah, because you DNF'd for 5 laps, right?
Yeah, something like that. So qualifier was kind of meh, and that's kind of having a mod's fun, but it sure takes away your focus on your stalker.
Yep.
You spend all day Friday and Saturday making the mod go, and then it's like, okay, now that's done. Now let's make sure the stalker can go, and then it always ends up not as good. So I mean, it just splits your focus, unfortunately. But so I didn't qualify very good, and then working on it through the day, picked up some speed and just worked on clutching and just actually worked on it. But you couldn't really work on the handling much. We didn't have a good handling practice course set up anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So just added some studs. It was a little bit loose in the morning and whatever, and then went out. It was going okay for the first 5-6 corners or whatever it was, and then I was following a couple guys, and all of a sudden the stake was over to the right, and everybody kind of swerved to make sure to stay on the track, and I swerved to follow them, and it was just like snap, and I was on top of my head and sliding.
Oh.
Yeah, so I crashed. It was super twitchy, so I just turned following. I don't even know who I was behind, Charlie Revering and maybe Dylan Stevens maybe, and turned, and yeah, I was on my head, and then Ree Wadena said I was right in front of him. He had to swerve way off, so I didn't run into him, and flew across the ice a long ways anyway, so I was dead last, and flipped it over and kept going for another 5 or 6 laps, and the sled was really twitchy for some reason. And I'd switched skis, and put USIs on, took the CNAs off because it seemed like the CNAs were getting the belt wet. And it was weird on Saturday, like we ran the CNAs and the belt would get wet, and I threw the USIs on, and they have like a dual keel and it's a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, it seemed like my belt wouldn't get wet with those skis. So I don't normally run those, but switched to them just because of all the water and the slush.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if it's something to do with that, but I mean, a lot of guys run those same skis, don't have this issue. So, but yeah, 6 laps later, friggin' happened again on the other side of the course. I was all by myself and just turned in, and it flipped over like immediately and sliding across the lake, and I'm all bruised up. And so then I called it quits after that. Like, dude, twice is enough.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a real bummer. Holy shit.
I don't know. I need to look the sled over. I need to check my toe. Maybe something's bent. I don't know why the sled was so twitchy.
Yeah.
It wasn't very fast or wasn't handling very good. So
no, that's almost like what happened to me at Pine Lake. Just those 2 super out of the ordinary twitchy crashes of like, it happens so fast you don't even know what happened.
Yeah, you're on your head before you know it. Like you barely touch the handlebar and the thing's upside down.
Yeah, where mine high-sided to the inside for the first one. It's like I'd never had that happen before ever.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, so yeah, that's a bummer to go from winning on Saturday to 2 crashes.
Yeah, talk about high and lows. Holy.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
That's racing.
Yeah. Yep. But Alex, you weren't able to come to Naytahwaush round, you were there, but you weren't racing at Naytahwaush round 1. Because you had to go out east to do some snowmobile stuff, like right after the Sioux, I'd heard, or something.
Yeah, we went out for work, and actually the stuff's all released now. So we had the new 900 XCR out in Maine, and the dynamic stuff running it around because that's the only place with low elevation that's got snow in the country. So we were out in Maine for 10 days, and I came home, I think the Thursday night before Naytahwaush, and then went to Naytahwaush Friday morning. So didn't have time to get my sleds ready to race that weekend.
Yeah.
So I just helped Oliver and Evan and Unity.
You know what? Speaking of Evan, I had noticed this in staging yesterday. On Sunday. He's got stock Polaris handlebars on his sled.
Yeah.
No hooks on them.
Really?
I was like,
And they're really tall. Like,
yeah.
It's way up in the air.
I said, how can you even hang off like that? He's like, I don't know. I do.
Does he know they make hooks?
That's what I had asked him, Alex. I said, well, when you're at the Sioux riding Alex's sled, are you using the hook then? Oh, a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
But that blew my mind when I seen no left hook on there, because I wouldn't be able to hang off with having that little just 45 on there like they do on the stock bars.
Right.
But he can ride the hell out of that.
Yeah.
sled with no
Yeah.
hooks
I
on
mean,
it.
he was up there in the pro stock.
Yeah. Alex, just a mod to stock question. Like, how different is your setup between like the mod sled to a stock sled?
Pretty different because my mod's a 128.
Oh,
So,
sure.
Stock 136s. And yeah, and then I got the wide front end on my mod too, off the snowcross sled.
Yep.
And so like all the shocks, all the valving, all the springs are spring rates are pretty close on the IFS and the front track shock, I guess, but the rear springs and the valving are all different.
Huh. Yeah, I wish I had a mod sometimes, but then to have two sleds to set up, it's like I'm not happy. I'm happy I don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah. Yep. It's a love-hate relationship. Like I say, it's a lot of frustrating days to get a one good day.
But Alex, so it seems like core is done for the year with Ironwood being canceled. So to have just Pine Lake and the Sioux and Naytahwaush for you for this year.
Yeah, short year.
Yeah, so I saved a bunch of money on gas, not trail riding like I do every day.
Right. Yeah, I bought 2 drums of race fuel, and I still have one full that I didn't even open yet. So.
Oh no.
Well, if anybody wants a drum of fuel, Alex got one for sale.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because will that last till next year or no? No. Okay.
No, it would go bad in the can, wouldn't it, Alex?
I don't know. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't cracked the seal. So.
Oh, I suppose
Maybe. Yeah.
Put a little seafoam in there; it'd stay fine.
I don't know if I'll go through 55 gallons of fuel in the old RM this year.
Well, no, the 2-stroke dirt bikes go through the gas a lot faster than like my new 4-stroke.
Yeah.
I noticed that for sure. So then switching gears a little bit from snowmobile racing to your job, Alex. You're a powertrain engineer, right? Like that's your title. And so is that more side-by-side stuff, or like when you're out east doing snowmobile stuff, are you kind of doing both now, or are you mainly still side-by-side?
I started in the side-by-side. After college, I was into the 4-stroke stuff, so I just did the Ranger and Razor stuff from like 2012 to 2019 or so. And then I came to the snow side, and I worked on the turbo, just the hardware of the turbo itself for the 850 boost. And then 900 came around, and we needed some calibration support for that. So then that's when I started learning how to do calibration stuff. So I do in the wintertime mostly a lot of calibration on the 900 and obviously race support stuff. And then in the summertime we do a lot of work on the dynos, just doing hardware development and testing new stuff, new porting, new pipes, new mufflers, doing calibration, base cal work on the dyno, base cal work on the chassis dyno, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, fun stuff. Sounds like a bunch of stuff
That's like a dream job, Brody.
well, to someone that knows what they're doing, but to me, it just sounds like a lot of computers and numbers and sensors and stuff that I have no idea. Crazy.
When I go in Alex's trailer and he's got the laptop pulled up and it's just graphs upon graphs of, it's like I'd have no idea where to even start.
No.
Yeah. You got Scooby-Doo on that thing?
Explain this to me like I'm a fourth grader.
Yeah.
So like Alex, being an engineer, like without getting, I'm always curious of without getting yourself in too much trouble at all, like with NDAs and whatnot. Like how far out are you working on stuff? Like, so it's 2024 right now. Are you working on like 2026, 2027 stuff, or can you say anything like that? Or
Yeah, I don't know how much we're, like you say, allowed to say, but we're always working on new stuff, you know, even if it's just ideas we have that we're working on in the background that aren't even necessarily tied to production programs. We're always trying different things, you know, got people that have different ideas how to make things better. And, you know, maybe it never goes to production, you know, it's just something we got to try. But, and then maybe we try something and we like it, and then we try to get it tied to a program or something and get it, get a model year assigned to it or something. But, yeah, I mean, we're always at least, you know, 1-2 years out for sure. I think everybody does that. So
yeah, I didn't know if you had like some magic engine that you're working on that's just like, all right, this is 2028 here.
Yeah.
And it's got to be hard to kind of keep a secret like that when like something's maybe so big and so good.
Right.
This is UFO.
Yeah,
shit.
no, we definitely don't have the development time like agriculture or automotive. You know, they're very long cycle times. They spend, you know, a decade developing stuff. But that's what's nice about in power sports industries is a lot faster. So you get to see the stuff you're working on get released a lot quicker than like, you know, working at John Deere or something. You work 10 years on something before they release it, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
It's fun. The pace is a little bit quicker, I think, with the power sports industry. They you know, the customers expect new stuff a lot more often.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's one thing, to think of new ideas. That's where I don't have like that four vision of like thinking ahead almost.
Well, you got to be creative.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Very true.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You had a question, Kyle? Or Collin?
Collin.
Yeah, so me and Kyle are both kind of into snowmobile history. Does your Hatin name come from the guys that started Polaris?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so is that like your grandpa or?
Whoops.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
That's a shitty spot.
Alex, you there?
Yep.
Oh, we're losing you.
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, there we got you now.
Sorry. Yeah, for sure. My grandpa was Alan and his older brother Edgar, and then their friend David. They all started Polaris, but it actually started as Hatin Hoist and Derrick. Most people don't know that. In 1945, and then they changed the name to Polaris Industries in 1954.
Okay,
So,
awesome. Yeah, I thought that'd be something cool for people to hear.
And then there was a Hatin that went and started Arctico, or
yeah, that was that was actually Edgar. So Edgar left Polaris in like 1960 or 61 or whatever it was, and went to Thief River and started Arcticat.
That's awesome.
And then my grandpa stayed in Roseau and ran Polaris.
So then that was probably like a future role that you kind of wanted to go into of going into Polaris, like right after college and whatnot. Like that was your goal, maybe? Or?
Yeah, for sure. Growing up with, it was Polaris. Everything growing up was Polaris and snowmobiles, and, you know, your whole family, everybody works there. And my mom, my dad, my brother works there, my aunt, my uncles, you know, cousins, just, a lot of fun. Obviously Jill now too works there, and she is now a project leader for the race engines, but she used to be a project leader for the race sleds on the chassis side too. So that was kind of fun.
What a cool like job.
Yeah.
Jobs
for
to
sure.
be
Yeah.
just snowmobiles.
And how it started and during World War II, at the very end of World War II, in 1945, that's when Polaris started. That's wild. That's cool to think about.
Well, Alex, I wanted to get your take on the new Fox Dynamic shocks.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get on the Fox Shock Guru at the same time. Hello?
Vince?
I think we lose him
Oh, do you
when we
lose him
call.
until he answers?
Yeah. So Vince better pick up quick.
Vince better pick up.
Oh, I
Or
hope he
else-
doesn't hang up.
God, we always got to remember that.
Oh man,
Vince.
I might have just wrecked the call with Alex.
Maybe.
Gosh, dang it.
Hi, you've reached VanSlyke. Sorry, I missed your call. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I
This
can.
was such a we had it going so good.
Yep. Sorry.
We're talking World War II. Well, now what?
Oh, we're
Yeah.
Page your
It's searching.
malfunctions.
Oh, you just
Oh,
you.
But
oh man, I'm sorry, you guys. Hey, Alex, sorry about that.
Hey. Okay.
I was trying to merge Vince in on the call.
Yep.
But Vince is living the Daytona life right now, I guess, and did not pick up.
Sure.
So I'm sorry for the technical difficulties there.
No problem.
But well, maybe Vince will get back to me here. But I did have one other question, kind of for you, Alex. So I think it's been 3 years since your back injury.
2 years, just over 2.
Oh, just over 2, really?
Yep.
Oh.
may I ask what happened? How did
Well,
you get
it
your
was
back injury?
that same I-500 that I wrecked in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be down.
I remember that year. It was rough. 2022, I think. Was it? Was
Yep.
that it? Yeah.
Yep. 2022, day 2. We're on that road from the gully road towards the casino. I don't know what number it is. And yeah, just cased a crossing on my front track shock, and my knees gave out, and my butt went into the seat, and then it just compressed my spine and burst the vertebrae.
Oh, my
Oof,
God.
Yeah, to have that happen and not even crash.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, wow. You didn't crash?
Yeah.
Did you know something was
no,
wrong?
The sled, oh yeah, right away.
Yeah,
The
right
sled,
away.
the sled just landed on its skis and coasted a ways and tipped over into a barbed wire fence and scratched the side panel, and that's all that happened to the sled.
Oh no.
Nothing very spectacular, but
So yeah, just a little over 2 years then. So you didn't. I know you didn't race Pro Open at Pine Lake last year because the track was pretty rough, and because you said you were still feeling it a little bit. But so like going into this year now, are you 100%, or is it still lingering at all, or like?
yeah, it's still not 100%, but it's pretty good. Like I'll feel it after like a day, like last weekend after a full day of riding and whatever, and like lifting and twisting still is I'm a little bit weak, but for the most part, it's good.
Well, that's awesome to hear. My gosh. But how do you 100% come back from something
Yeah.
like that? That sounds awful.
Don't break your back. It takes years.
No, that's unreal. Because I'm sure a lot of people don't know that happened to you just 2 years ago.
Yeah, I would never guess that.
Right. Yeah, I was laid up in the chair for like 3 months, I think, sitting there with the brace on, and then of course Jill had to take care of our 2 little kids most of it by herself, so put a lot on her. But
When you're just sitting there like a stump, just
Yeah.
watching everything. Oh, God.
right. We had at that time it was a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, so
Oof, duh. Yeah, that's a bad time to break your back.
Oh, I just got word from Vince Alex here that he's at a Indian industry dinner. So
high roller.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So our condolences go to. Oh, he's actually calling in.
Wow.
Got another background noise.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Hey, Vince, you're on with the Pro Open winner from this weekend.
Oh, who is that?
Hello?
Is it somebody I know?
Oh, man.
God, Gunner.
Did we lose Alex?
Yeah,
Gunner with the technical
he
difficulties.
Ended the call.
He ended the call.
Yeah, he ended the call.
Oh, he said, screw it. We're talking to Vince. We can't talk to Vince.
This is
And
not professional.
now we lost Vince because we called.
Yeah, this is not professional. Happy
Your
birthday,
call
Grimace.
has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 2 1
Screwed the. Ooh, whoa! Don't give his number out.
4 2.
Oh, hello? Hello, Vince?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear the Harley?
No, we cannot.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, Vince, it's going to go through one more time. I'm going to try to get Alex back on.
All right, sounds good. I'll stay here.
Hold for one more second. Oh, man, I feel so dumb.
Hey.
Alex, okay, I'm going to merge you into Vince, okay? So hang on 1 second. Okay, Vince, you're live with the Pro Open winner from this weekend.
No way.
They're both
Is that-
there.
is-
Yeah,
They're
okay.
both
We
there.
could hear him laughing. So.
Hello?
Outstanding.
I can't tell if we
What do you
lost
mean?
Alex or not.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Oh, hey, Alex. It's Vince. Hey, Vince.
So for most
How's
people
it?
that don't know, Vince was actually the former team rider for the Hatin Heritage Racing Team.
Pretty factory at that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Showed up in a van, raced out of a trailer. One and done. 1 year, and that was it.
Yeah, how come you don't want to come back, Vince?
Well, because racing upside down conveyor belts is more work than it should be. So,
It is true. It is a lot of work.
But it's sweet, though.
I mean, yeah, they're fun. It's just dumb.
They make more horsepower than Harley Davidson's. Look at you now.
Jesus Christ, a Vespa does, okay?
Vince, since I got you on, the 2025 Polaris release just came out yesterday.
It
And-
did.
Yep.
Today.
Maybe-
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
I don't know what day it is.
But we were talking to Alex about the new Dynamics Fox shocks and was wondering if you could give us the Fox intel on that with Alex's input also.
I haven't even ridden one yet because I don't know why. But it's basically it's all IMU based with like accelerometers and stuff like that. And then I believe it's still using throttle, brake, and like steering input and things like that too. So, and then essentially it's just adjusting your compression valve on the fly, like semi-actively, like just like our side-by-side stuff does.
Does he know what he's talking about, Alex?
Yeah, he knows way more than I do about it.
Lots of electronics.
Have you ridden with it, Alex?
I did. I rode it in Maine. It was pretty cool.
Like last week or something, right?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
Before, right? Exactly.
Yeah. I already got some feedback from Alex on it too.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Yeah. We got to make some changes for a race, but it's good for consumer stuff.
It's pretty legit trail sled. But yeah, if we were gonna race it, I'd want to tweak a few things just for me.
Yeah,
but
Would it like?
Well, now that you're big time Pro Open winner, yeah, we'll cater to whatever you need. So
that's right. Yeah, they're coming to install them for me too.
yeah, yep. Not all this fancy NASA shit going on. Need a guy for that now.
So yeah, that is pretty neat on those new sleds because it's different than like the I-Act on the Arctic Cats, right? Because the I-Act,
that's just a 3-position thing. It's not doing it actively at all. So
yep. So to where this is adjusting itself kind of on the fly as you're going.
Yeah. It's like if you had like some little Japanese guy down there twisting your compression clicker back and forth like a million times a second.
You're bringing the race in here. You didn't have to do that.
Well, they're the only ones that are small enough to do it.
Yeah. And we can't swear anymore either.
What?
That's false.
Right.
We can swear. It's freedom. We got a flag behind me right now. So
Okay.
we have 6 people on the line right now. This is getting out of hand.
But, well, yeah, we just wanted to, since Vince and Alex are really good buddies, I thought it'd be cool to get them both on the line.
Wait, Alex and I are still friends? Better be. Oh, yeah, I suppose I have to be now. I'm going to be your factory shock tech. So, yeah.
You have to run some pretty big VS3 stickers to get the support.
No, I can't do that. That's conflict of interest now.
Oh, sure. But
Yep.
well, do you got anything for Alex, guys, or Vince, or else we'll let Alex get back to your family stuff.
I just need him to sign my forehead the next time I see him. So, you bet. Good.
There it is. We have confirmation.
Yeah, foreheads will be signed.
The 70th anniversary is this year for Polaris, and they're putting on a show or whatever. So,
Yep.
I make a plan to go up to that and maybe see Alex up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can crash the new house.
Yeah, that's true. Bring some hammers and stuff. It needs a lot of work.
I'll do that some drywall.
Yeah.
Well, you'll probably have like your whole maybe setup display out there, Alex, for the player stuff.
We haven't really talked about it yet, but at the 65th we made a big parade float and whatever, and did it, and then they had a whole pretty good display of old sleds and race sleds and stuff. I'm sure they'll do the same for the 70th this summer. I think it's in August or July. I can't remember exactly, but should be a good time.
Yeah, because it is pretty cool with what you're doing with like your team, with like helping Oliver Olson out and not just your one man show, that you're actually helping people out too with it. So
yeah, it's fun to help the younger guys in Unity and helping them do good and learn about what to look for and how to set up the sleds and
not burn brake pads.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at you, Oliver.
Well, okay. Well, Alex, that was a good call. Sorry for the technical difficulties of trying to get you in.
Yeah, no problem.
But
by far, probably not by far, but probably my favorite guest so far.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a guy.
We talk to you all the time, Vince, so you don't even count.
I get it.
But
Fine.
But yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you in August, Alex.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Bye, Alex. Hope you find your dad.
Vince does not speak for the Shop Talk podcast, Alex. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Yep, thanks,
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Hey, Vince, how many Hell Yeah Brothers did you get last week?
Well, I haven't gotten any, but I've been saying it a lot every time I hear somebody get on the pipe. So I haven't gotten my ass kicked yet, so that's good.
Okay, let's just take a second to say thanks to Alex Hatin.
Yeah. That was honestly really cool.
Like he's probably one of the smartest, probably nicest guys in the pits. I would say
for sure.
You're not wrong there.
No, so like that's why Alex. He said he wasn't really comfortable calling in. I said, just talking about snowmobiles.
Yeah.
So
sorry, what was that?
What's going on in the back?
It's just that I told Alex that we were just talking snowmobiles. So
Yeah, good.
But,
a lot of people on Sunday were getting a kick out of his wife and daughter holding up the pit board.
Yeah.
Everybody liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty neat.
Well, it helped us out a ton, knowing which lap you guys were on.
I know that's one thing I wish they would kind of do is like put up a lap board or something.
Yeah.
Because
Well, maybe they could count the white flag right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they've had that issue ever since that happened to you down in Iowa.
I don't think so.
But yeah, a lap board would be cool because I forget what lap we're on until I see like the halfway mark.
Yeah.
And then when I see the two to go, it's like, oh, okay, now I know where we're at. But so yeah. Thanks, Alex, for doing that. Super nice guy.
Yeah, he seems super
what a
nice.
guy Alex is.
Yeah.
Yeah, super soft spoken too, and just right to the point.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
He's serious on the interview side of things.
Yeah, like I knew he'd be a good interview because he's very a very good talker, like very smart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. And then the family history there too is pretty neat.
Yeah, like he's somebody you could do a whole show with of just talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
About,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. That's cool as hell to figure out.
So I remember when I was a little kid hearing about the Hetteens, and it just kind of stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty neat to know.
But so Vince, you're enjoying Florida life. I'm jealous that I did not go with, because
there's some pretty sick stuff.
Yeah.
tell Kyle who you were talking to at the track last week with.
Oh yeah, when we were testing with Weenan the one day, Chad Reed was out there with us too.
Yeah. I have a signed number plate from Chad Reed. So what?
Do you really?
Yeah. What do you got? Nothing.
He just had a conversation.
I hung out with him at the factory Yamaha stuff back in the day. So.
Oh man, that is cool as hell.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Huh?
Yeah, so it looked like you're working with one of the top GNCC quad guys, and then with Chad Weenan, one of the top ATV motocross guys.
8-time.
Yeah. Did you go to Daytona Supercross, Vince?
No, I didn't end up going. It was kind of raining, and we got done late. I'm like, I don't really care. We'll go back to the house.
And then
just watch it on TV.
Yeah. The coverage on the TV is so good, it's kind of hard to turn that down.
Yeah. Plus, I didn't want to get hit by Jason Anderson when I ran across the track. So.
Would you have been the one storming the track?
No, I probably would have been the one punching people that were storming the track, though.
Yeah.
That was wild to watch.
That was
wild.
insane.
Unreal. I couldn't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
The one of the most cringy things was that grown man that pulled the goggles off Jeff Lawrence.
Yeah.
Dude,
What the hell?
When he was doing the burnout.
Then, stole them from a kid.
Yeah. That was pretty cringe.
Oh
to
yeah,
watch that.
you're a grown ass man and you can't control yourself. You're fanboying so much over the dude, and you got to rip his goggles off. It's like, God, you're just pathetic. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, how'd your quad guy do in a GNCC race?
He was third.
Oh heck yeah!
So he actually had a pretty good crash during testing.
Oh.
He hit a tree and went over the bars and massively bruised his leg to the point where he couldn't even walk that night.
Jeez.
And so pretty impressive that he got third this weekend. So
Yeah, tough bastard. That's cool.
yeah. Oh,
Too bad he had to crash, but yeah, that's cool. He got third.
Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
And I don't know how Chad did today, so
Yeah.
I'll have to figure that out.
Huh.
But yeah.
But are you enjoying your Florida trip? Otherwise,
My what?
your Florida trip?
Somewhat.
Well,
Wish I had a little more downtime so I could do some more riding. But
you've been pretty busy.
yeah. Been riding the T7 around at least though, so that's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Any tech questions this week?
Yeah.
No. I was hoping to get Vince's take on this Dynamics Fox Shock.
Yeah, that's cool as
So
hell.
I thought that was
That is cool.
tech.
2025, that's tech as shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's gonna be rad.
do you see that?
Hopefully we can get to racing it soon.
Do you see that coming into race sleds at all? At least maybe in the ditch. I don't know so much about the ice, but the ditch wise.
Oh, it'd be sweet in the ice too.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure because right now it's only in the 650, 850, and I don't know if it's in the 9R sled or not. So the electronic system between those three and the 600 is different. so they'd have to do some work on that end to even make it work with that sled.
Oh,
I bet you that's what
So-
Alex is working on right now.
Probably. Who knows?
huh.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Vince. Well, it sounds like you're at a party. So.
Yeah. Our thanks dinner just showed up. So
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
we appreciate the time.
no problem. No problem. Glad there wasn't too many brothers going by. But
I
Yeah.
thought of you today, Vince. There was a
did you really?
there was a Volkswagen.
What a guy.
It was a Volkswagen that come into the shop. A Volkswagen TDI, pretty cool
Yeah.
car. You'd think somebody that just rips vape and wears Ray-Ban sunglasses comes in. No, there's Harley Davidson stickers, Harley Abelson stickers all
Yep,
over
there you
this goddamn thing. I'm like, this
Hell
guy
yeah.
is cool as hell. He probably
Did it have ape hangers on the steering wheel or what?
No, I was just thinking he probably revved it at the stoplight too.
Well, yeah, gotta check, make sure it's running. Can't let that right wrist cramp up. Gotta keep it moving.
Vince, looking at the final, this final standings of Shop Talk Podcast Fantasy, you were 41st.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I only played once. I don't even know.
Yep.
I totally forgot about it. That's my bad.
Well, we're gonna do some searching to see who the top finishing dirt bike guy was to get him hooked up
All
with
right.
some VS3 stuff. So.
Heck yeah! Looking
Oh.
forward to it.
Yeah, and I'll get some sizes to you to try to get some Fox sweatshirt and hat for our
Yeah,
second
yeah.
place winner. So
For sure.
I'll let you know about that too.
Okay, sweet.
So we appreciate it.
Awesome.
No problem, guys.
So-
Anything for the people.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Well, okay, Vince.
All right.
Let you
Well.
get back to partying.
Sounds great.
Daytona life.
Hell yeah.
All right. Talk to you later, Vince.
Mega flow.
Bye now.
See ya.
Bye.
He's not doing that at the party.
I was hoping he would. Be on the phone.
He would do the Harley guy, hell yeah, brother, though,
Yeah.
but he wouldn't do the mega floats. This guy's a fraud.
Yeah. So my apologies there of not lining up the conference calls right.
But
We
listen,
need a tech guy, I'm telling you.
we are the tech guys. We're learning the tech as we do
But
the
we
show.
need a screen guy.
We're-
Years ahead.
We're 22 episodes in. We just
Yeah,
had
we're-
six people on the mics.
Yeah, we're getting there, Kyle.
So-
Pretty impressive.
Oh, and to tease next week's episode, Dorn Brothers
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
talk
cool.
talk Iron Dog.
Yeah,
for
hell yeah.
for next weekend. Have 'em-
Awesome.
both of them call in.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So
Cool.
so we also raced Naytahwaush.
Yeah.
How'd it go for you guys? We'll start with Collin. Collin, you kicked butt in sport classes and classics class
Yeah, it was a
and sport improved and
And yeah.
yeah. No, it was a good weekend. I don't get the chance to ride that often, so when I do, I like to join a bunch of classes.
yeah.
Put as many laps on as I can where it fits. So
Yeah, first place, sport improved.
yeah,
Two-
that was fun.
2 seconds over second place. So tight battle. Because that was a heads up race, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Heads up. Yep. It was fun battling with Brady Wadena. He's fast, and Drayson. I can't pronounce his last name,
I think they just say it Bufflin.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, he was fast. Him and I had a lot of good back and forths going on, and that was really fun.
I meant to ask Danielle, like, exactly how do you say your last name?
Yeah.
Just because I didn't want to butcher it. But I never did when she was talking to me, so I felt bad for that. But yeah, and then that Jacob Olson, he was fast too.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then,
We had him and I had a few good back and forths also.
Yeah.
That was fun.
What's cool about the Olsen brothers there is one races a cat, one races a Polaris.
I had no idea they were brothers until like I just seen a social media post
Yeah.
Oh, are
of
they?
them.
Me and Justin went to college together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and then another person that's in the sport classes also is a Brown
Yeah, Tyler Brown.
Yeah.
on a Polaris.
Yeah, the brother. He works at Polaris.
Oh, no
Oh,
kidding.
yep.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. That he's a brother to
Yep, to David and Paul.
No kidding.
Yep.
Huh,
Oh,
I
okay.
never knew that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
That's cool.
He looks just like him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, sport improved winner, and then classics winner. Man, I wish I wouldn't have broke down on Saturday.
Oh, we were having so much fun. I was bummed to see you break down. We were having a good time.
Speaking of that, you guys, I threw my hand up for you guys to slow down.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, because I knew I was going to have to drive around this guy who's crashed in the corner.
Todd Severson.
Todd Severson.
Mandy caught Todd's crash from the drone,
Okay.
and like I'll show it to you guys here.
It was gnarly.
It was instant. Like
Yeah.
he was just going on flat ice, and it just turned out from underneath him.
Yeah, and I noticed that same thing in that corner. So I was coming up to that corner, and I seen a sled tipped over in the water. So I braked real hard, and I threw my hand up. And because I knew you guys were right behind me, and I was hoping we would bunch up, and maybe in a line, but no, you guys.
No, Colin went around you out in the water.
Well, Kyle looped out.
I looped out because I got in the slush because I didn't want to get near that guy, because he was picking up his sled or whatever.
So you sent me into the deep slush.
Yeah,
Like, it was
and
deep.
when I braked, I freaking looped out too. So
And then
I
I
was
cut-
hoping to get in the mix with you guys, on the corners, but no, they're just gone.
I just cut underneath and just kept going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
not what
didn't
it's
want
about, Gunner. I wanted to play too.
I wasn't about to battle with you guys because I was already soaking wet
Oh,
at
yeah.
that point.
Yeah,
I like a quarter lap in, I had Travis Longton just hose me.
Nice.
I was like, "Come on, man!"
Well, I felt so bad during the classics race on Sunday. We you had gotten past that big pack.
it's
There
huge.
was a
Pack of
huge
people.
pack
Huge
of
pack of
people.
people.
Well, on the west end of the lake, after that huge sweeper, that long
Yep.
sweeper,
Yep.
I had just gotten up to Poly V before the corner, and I was like, should I take it or not? And I took it. I passed him just before the corner. Well, we hit the water after that hard corner.
Oh, sure.
It was a splash. Like, I had a huge wave of water hit me, and all I could hear was Poly V's loud can just right behind me, and I was like, don't hit me, don't hit me. Yeah, I had to, yeah.
We had 12 entries in classics this weekend. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's
good.
good to see.
Yep.
Um,
That Yamaha sounded sweet.
Oh, that sled was sweet.
That guy sprayed me too, also really bad.
That thing sounded good.
Yeah, that's a cool machine.
How did my sled sound? It didn't. It wasn't as loud as I initially thought it would be.
Right? Yeah, I thought it would be, would have more of that triple sound, but it doesn't sound anything like Austin Leaks.
No.
No.
Well, his go into one singular
Oh,
can.
and yours are three stingers.
Three individuals.
So it doesn't sing.
Yeah, I don't know. But
we gotta get that thing sounding right.
He's also like at least 1,000 RPMs higher.
Yeah.
So I wonder how ours would sound at being that high. But I
I
don't
don't
think
know, just lighten up the weights and try it.
The ZRT sounded good though when we were playing on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking about. Like when I was on the inside of you coming around a corner, I was like, man, that sounds good. Like, not even thinking about racing. I was just like, man, that sounds sweet.
because you were on the inside of me when it dogged on me. Could you hear that?
I did.
Where-
Yep. It went from sounding just awesome to all of a sudden hearing just blah, and I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, that was a bummer. To suck it. Yeah, we sucked in a little tiny piece of foam like that into the center carburetor. I actually think maybe it ate some in the carb number 1 too, and the center one, because those two spark plugs had like a weird blackness to them, to where like it almost melted onto the spark plug a little bit.
Got a little carbon on there from material.
Yeah, like so I don't know what.
Unless it was with that center carb not working right, it could have been just flooding those ones.
Well, no,
while you
because
were milking it in.
the carb number or spark plug number 3 looked really good.
Oh, okay.
Like it was just those two that looked weird, and then number 3 that looked normal.
I see.
But I thought maybe that was the one that like maybe burned down.
Gotcha.
Can I just say, watching you race is so funny because it looks like you're not trying at all. You're just sitting there, just handlebars, just straight up and down.
Yeah, and the lean is
The lean is mostly all head, but you're just hauling ass, and it's like how is he so fast? It looks like you're not even like riding it, like you're just sitting on the thing, and I just have to laugh every time I see you go by, just sitting there straight up.
It looks like
Just-
the knees are in the same position.
Yeah, the knees
entire
never
time.
move, like they're just held there with a stick and
I have-
duct tape. It's so funny.
I have bad knees, so
I brought it up to Kyle when you went by the one time. It's like, I love watching you race because it looks like you're not trying at all, but you're just hauling the mail the whole time.
That sled has to be just set up just perfect.
Just perfect, yeah. Like, how can you even ride it like that?
So yeah, Colin, first in classics. I beat you on Sunday.
Yep, you did. Yeah, I was hoping we could have had a little battle, but then at the same time, it was so wet. That
Yeah.
it was like, yeah.
But yeah, that's why I felt a little bad diving down on the inside of you guys there.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I was like, oh, 2 for 1 special in the same corner.
I was going through that deep slush, and I watched Gunner just go, and I was,
Yeah.
dang it.
That's what I was thinking in my back of my mind. I was like, that North Bay is going to be so fun with all 3 of these sleds lined up next to each other. And that had to happen. I was like, God dang it.
Yeah, that actually would have been fun because we would have all been like nose to tail, like
Just screaming.
around the front stretch there.
Yeah. And we're all not afraid. We could all trust each other enough to just, on them sweepers, just hold it, you know?
Yep.
But no. You guys had to ruin it for me.
Kyle, second place in classics, and then also win in trail class.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So Sunday trail class got pretty interesting. Me and Paulie V kind of talked beforehand. I was like, I'll just, put a hook in you and kind of just hang out back there behind you, Paulie V, and we'll just cruise together. And we got into a pack of like 3 guys or something like that. And I was behind all 3, 4 of us, whatever it was, and I was getting hosed like bad by everybody. So I was dripping wet. Like I could feel myself dripping on the straights. I was like, this is getting really old. So I'm sorry, Paulie V, but I just held it into a few corners, and kind of picked some different lines and got around everybody. And then I, just kind of set the cruise after that. I was really tired of getting wet.
Yeah, it's not fun getting sprayed.
It was a bath on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday it was like watching jet skis go by.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as bad as it was like 3 years ago though. 3 years ago we had it where there was like 1 inch or 2 inches of water across like the whole lake. Like even the straightaways were water. To where this it almost like soaked in a little bit. So the ice was crazy, like soft and like blue in some spots.
You had to really, like on them straights, there was a few of them that were really bad. You had to like chase a line a little bit just to avoid the water, because you'd hit the water and it would
It felt just like hitting the brakes.
Yeah, you could watch the tack just
Yeah, and that's how it was like that. Like I think it was 3 years ago there, where it was just water the whole way down the straightaways. You were searching for like a high line of ice, but there was none. So yeah, dad ended up getting 3rd in classics. For some reason, he burned up Halifax again on Saturday, and I thought there would have been enough lube out there on Saturday, but he did. And yeah, he was just fighting it a little bit all weekend. He ended up getting 3rd in Masters 40, so 58 years old, still giving her hell.
Yeah, that's good.
No, that's good. Yep.
But John Arneson,
Fast.
yeah,
He kicked my butt.
John Arneson on a 2014 Artie Cat.
Fast and in shape.
Yeah.
Because he ran, I think it was 6
Yeah,
classes
we
in a
counted
row.
him down.
He ran a
6
lot
classes
of
in a row or
miles.
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, yeah, he won. Yeah,
He did his own pro enduro race by himself. Just class after class.
He
Yeah.
entered whatever class he could
Yeah.
and just
Pretty much.
ran.
Yeah, he won Masters 40, won Sport Stock, won Semi-Pro Improved, and then second behind Justin Tate in 35 plus.
Yeah.
And I think they were I think him and Tate almost ran the same lap times in the one sheet I looked. Like within a second, I think. So yeah.
I was watching him in the sport class, and I was like, this guy is pretty impressive. Like the way he was taking corners and stuff. And I was like, so that's how you do it.
That's why it was fast.
Well, yeah, you kind of caught up to him, right? You caught up to him in Wadena?
Yeah. Was trying to catch him on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because that's in sports stock. You got third, Collin. Yep. Behind John and Brady Wadena, and Drayson behind you, and Tyler Brown. So you battled pretty much all the same guys the whole weekend.
Yeah, it was fun. They're all really, really talented riders. They're like Brady Wadena. He's obviously going to be up and coming. He's good for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, John on that 2014. That sled was fast. I raced against him back in 2014 when that sled was brand new.
Yeah.
And it was fast then too.
Yeah.
Like there were those 2014 carbureted sleds, those were fast that year.
Yeah.
Is that still a Suzuki then?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think they changed in 16.
Okay.
Gotcha.
15. 15 was that first. I'm pretty sure 15 that first year that everybody had to go to EFI.
Gotcha.
Bring back the Suzuki.
I don't know about that, but they were fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spirit engine.
Yeah, LT Grays. Yeah.
But yeah, shout out Luke Van Lysel, semi-pro stock winner
Yeah.
again.
Yep, that was
He
cool.
had a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, third in semi-pro improve. Keegan Hauser, second in semi-pro improved. That sled was fast.
Yeah.
I
That was
battled.
probably the fastest catalyst out there.
I would have to say one of the fastest ones. I battled with him during that team race on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get away from him. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Just because he had a can on there too at times, so I could hear him the whole time behind my sled going down the straightaways. Even with the wind and everything, you could still hear it behind you.
Perf's catalyst had a little bit on mine.
So we could talk. So we could talk about that. So
Team race.
Saturday, I didn't race pro open just to save some money. Jarred my shoulder in the water the previous weekend, the one I heard at Pine Lake. So just save on the shoulder, save some money. So raced the ZRT in Classics, sucked in that little piece of foam into the center carb. Where actually, Dad thinks he figured out some clutching issues that we were dealing with on Saturday there.
Oh.
So he talked to me on the phone kind of before I came here. He's got like 3 or 4 things lined up already ready to try on it for when we go out testing probably this next weekend. So yeah, that was such a bummer to just. I knew it was slow, but it was still fun being out there though. Because me and Collin, we would have probably went back and forth for 3 laps.
Yeah. That was.
Colin had caught
so
me.
fun.
He caught me, and then I knew once he got me, I was like, I'm not freaking letting go of him. I'm holding his draft, or I'm pushing it as hard as I possibly can into these corners, just not to lose touch.
It's it's so fun battling with somebody that you can trust.
Yeah,
You know, like that you don't really have to watch out for that much. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a blast.
So yeah, team race on Saturday. First, I guess Todd has done it quite a bit in previous
Wisconsin
years.
and
Yeah,
stuff like
Wisconsin stuff. So that was our first time seeing it here. I started the race. Dad was second. Le Mans style start. I thought I did some practice starts on the 4-stroke to see because it's got electric start. And for 4-stroke, people know sometimes it don't fire in the first crank. It did not fire.
Nice.
I was third to last, taking off the line.
You're probably one of the first on the
And
sled.
you were
though.
always the one talking about how you wanted to do.
I know. I practiced it. I had thought that I figured out a way is like if I primed the fuel pump one time and then shut the key off.
Oh,
And then so it's like it's full of fuel to where it's gonna fire.
got fuel rail pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It did not work. What a bummer. So yeah, third off, almost dead last off the line.
Pretty much.
We actually got a really good start off of that team race.
Yeah.
I was what were we like 5th, 6th, 7th, something like that, right off of the line.
Yeah.
I jumped on the sled, put the tether on. I held the throttle wide open, pulled it over, and just took off like that. And
maybe that's what I should have done. I don't know. It's hard to say on that EFI if it just
being the second rider.
Yeah,
that sucked.
But first, that first straightaway going down in like 5th, 6th, 7th, however, whatever place I was in, something like that. After we got around that first corner, it started to get wet, and all of a sudden I was just surrounded by like pure chaos.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm
all these pro sleds passing me, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I do not want to be here right
I'm
now.
coming up, sweeping around that left-handed sweeper, around the outside, around everybody.
Yeah.
Because everybody was kind of taking that main line on the inside, so I was just holding it wide. And then here I see Evan Peppel's sled, boom, boom, boom. At least rolled once. And I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing out here?
That's when I was like, I don't want to be here right now.
Yeah. To see Evan crash, it's like, oh God, we're not supposed to be crashing out here for a fun race. And I think he got cut off or something, just tangled up with some other people.
He must have been okay though, because I think he got back on.
He got back on and passed me.
Oh, no kidding.
No really?
He got back up and caught you
He
and
crashed and passed and caught me.
Oh my!
And I was right behind him at the end of the 2 laps there. And I talked to him after the race. I was like, "You crashed and you caught me." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going so slow."
But 19 wide start.
Yeah,
was what
Insane.
it was. It was
Insane.
carnage. And they all seemed to take off like at the same time. So watching them trying to funnel into that straight, it was like, whoa, it just took forever. And I was like, holy shit.
I thought it would have been a little bit more spread out, but it was not.
No, it was tight.
Yeah. So I ended up being like the third to the line to tap Dad. So Dad was the third one off to the second line. And then he said he went like corner 1 or 2 and just put it right in the water because he was gonna like try taking the main line, but that main line was just a foot deep of water.
Yeah.
And then Dad said it was funny out there, just being out there, and it's like, oh, there goes Herf, and oh, there goes Aaron Christensen.
Exactly.
It was cool just being able to actually ride next to them. See them on the same course.
It was cool, but I was, after the first lap, they made us all pull up in a line or whatever, and I was sitting there with a fucking 98 XC 700 against Alex Hatin was right next to me. Eric and Christensen sled was the other one right next to me. And they were talking. They're like, "Are you with Gunner?" I was like, "No." And me and Ree are talking. And I was like, "I don't get these rules. They got to pull up here and looking around." And it's like Taylor Bunky's right there. I was like, "This is gonna fucking suck." So waiting. So I see Collin making it through the chicanes or whatever. So I get on the sled and I'm standing there and I'm waving and I look to the left and everybody else is waving for their rider.
And I'm like, just like, there's so many hands waving right now. Like,
I was like, I'm the only 98 XC out here. He'll find me.
He'll see
so
you.
I just sat there on the starting line, like getting it up to RPM, bum, 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 bum. And then I was expecting just a little like tap on the shoulder. No, he just fucking boo and like pushes me into the handlebars. And I just, wow! it pushes my hand into the throttle. And I'm like, almost whiskey throttle.
I was giving a push start.
Yeah, so Taylor Bunky
That
got
was your
ahead of me.
idea? I'm giving it a push.
Well, I think I was actually falling, but
Yeah, so Taylor Bunky and I kind of got out at like the same time, and he cuts in front of me. I was like, well, this is pretty cool, riding on the same course as, Taylor and all them guys. And then like my sled starts to draft his. I was like, holy fuck, the old 700's got it. We come to the first corner and it's just carnage, and then go sliding and instantly into the water and the fucking wedge just goes straight. And all these guys are riding, So So I was like, all right, avoid the water, because the track was totally different after, Saturday.
Yeah.
And I come around in the next corner, it's that long sweeper, and like there'd be patches of water. And I was, doing my thing, holding it wide on the sweeper, hanging off of it, and it would hit the water, and it just kept going straight, like outside of the markers. I was like, all right, stay out of the water. Kept telling myself that the whole first lap. Couldn't stay out of the water. Second lap comes around, and I get going on one of the straights, and Herfindahl just comes and right past me. But by that time, we were on the straight, so we were carrying momentum, and we got into somebody's draft, and Herf goes to pass him, and I got like a double draft, and it fucking just slingshot at me past this guy, and I stayed in Herf's draft, and I come and I was on a sweeper sweeper right before a hairpin turn, and I had Herf on the outside or inside, and then to the outside. I was like, holy fuck, I'm gonna pass Herf again. So I was holding it wide, and then Herf starts cutting to the inside, and I was like, man, this is a team race. I better not. So I slowed way down, and then fucking Herf was gone. I was like, yeah, there's no competing with that. But then Reed was hot on my ass the whole time after that, and tried holding them off until we got into them real soupy, watery spots, and the sled would just go straight, and Reed fucking zipped around me. But that was a lot of fun. I think that should be a thing at lake races.
Yeah. Dad finished like just 2 sleds in front of you.
Yeah, I seen the big green and orange jacket, and I was like, just catch Glenn. But every time you get in the water, it just straight.
Weird.
Yeah, the big C&A skis, they would just float across the top of the water.
Yeah.
Not mine. Not my factory player skis.
Yeah.
They sank.
They sank.
C&A, I need a ski that goes through water really good.
It turns on water.
Yeah. I need a ski that goes underwater.
So yeah, Brody, you would have had fun during the team race.
Oh, it was a blast. The
was
mechanics race.
Oh yeah,
What, I could do the mechanics race?
Yeah, I talked to your buddy Eli.
Yeah, Trent was out there too.
I forgot to ask what'd your dad think of it?
Scott Roy, shout out. He was like, the mechanics race, they should like change a belt in the pits during the race,
Yeah.
Or like, do something like that to make it an actual mechanics race. And we were all like, that's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
You want to be a mechanic.
First lap and then change a belt.
Yeah, or start off with like
your belt in your hand.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, that would be cool as hell. So yeah, shout out to Scott Roy.
Yeah, that would be a cool idea.
No old Trent fucking.
He finished mid pack.
Yeah,
he did pretty good for not being on a.
Didn't he crash though?
Yeah. He said he went face first into the water one time.
Yeah.
He fell off.
Oh jeez,
I don't know if you call it a crash rather than fall off.
He just let go of the sled.
It might have been more of a fall off than a crash.
Oh jeez.
He came in just soaked.
Looking at the old man and watching him race, and then looking at Collin, they kind of ride the same. Just throw your head off.
Real stiff.
I got a big head. That's my weight.
Yeah.
That's my weight.
Yeah. Eli, my mechanic, went out there, and
he said he got arm pump.
Yeah, bad. He said he's a mountain rider. He's got a
Finger throttle.
The front throttle. He said he got arm pump really bad, but
it happens.
Loud fart can on that sled. You could hear him come down the straights. He'd
He's chopping it coming in.
He's like, I think I got to 100 like one time. I was like, that's good enough.
Good enough, Eli. That's cool. Eli got out there though.
Yeah, he said if he put down a faster lap time than 10 minutes, he'd think about doing it again. He got a 9:40.
Hey, let's see what Pine Lake, Eli.
Oh, we should have Ben Yort down there, and then like Bodie could have rode his. During the mechanics race.
There's a real eye opener there.
Yeah, since he showed interest in it after Pine Lake, that would have been good to try. a good try.
But your first race is in the water.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
But like, it's strange.
You don't have to push it. I mean, you're out there to have fun.
Oh yeah, but still,
It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. That
Not
was a blast.
Like not at the time, like when you're getting soaked, but
Yeah.
afterwards, it's like, man, that was fun.
Yeah.
the suffering kind of fun when it's fun to talk to afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. This dang kid, Jesse Hallstrom,
The kid.
man.
Yeah,
So
he was
he's points
fastest.
champion.
I'd call it like, yeah, he's pro stock champion.
Yeah, first year pro
Yeah.
stock champion.
Yeah,
Two
Wild
races. I
fast.
mean, I don't know if it qualifies or not. I mean,
I don't know. I'd
he
say
had-
so
supposed
in
to
the
has to.
books.
Before the fuel stop, he had a around lap 5, but
It was
he had
un-
a
it was
hell of a lead.
unreal. Like in that first lap, 2 laps, he put on a hell of a gap on
Mhm.
us. And then he said he dropped RPMs, I guess. And then we all kind of stayed pretty similar there.
Yeah,
But yeah, unreal. I mean, when Stevens won the championship, we had 4 races that year.
yeah.
So with 2 races, I don't know how that qualifies or not. Like
I think it would.
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'd say so.
You'd think that somebody will probably put an asterisk next to it. I mean, it was 2 races, 2 ice races, back to back, same weekend, same lake.
Yeah.
But still, to go 1-1
Yeah.
pro stock your first 2 weekends. Props to Jesse.
Yeah, for
Got
sure.
talent.
Man, unreal.
Like watching him coming in the corners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, break down, and he would just hold it like forever because
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna slide out, But he just
No, the way they have that sled set up on how it corner entry and then through the midway of the corner.
yeah.
And then the initial like takeoff out of the corner is unreal.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian's got that sled dialed
Oh yeah.
for sure. So yeah, props to him. Him and Marshall had a hell of a battle.
Yeah.
Oh, at
That
the
was
very end?
very tight.
For Jesse to go a hell of a battle last weekend with Peppel, the whole race, and then a pretty good battle the last half of the race.
Yeah, with like lap. Yeah, 7 or 6.
Yeah. They went back and forth. And
Yeah.
I was like, just like half a straightaway behind them. And so I was actually watching the battle because I was back in fourth or fifth.
Yeah, fifth. Yeah,
With-
you're on like your own little island.
was on an
just out
island.
there driving by yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Where I was just watching their battle and just maintaining my spot because I was like, that was where I was going to get.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and to get the pass in the second to the last corner.
Yeah.
To
I mean,
get the win.
Yeah.
that was cool. Right in front of everyone. It's like, holy shit, we're watching this
and-
happen.
Yeah, Marshall said he left the door open, and the video I seen, yeah, for sure, he took the wide entry line of where it was flowing, but like Jesse just pushed it harder on the inside of
And
him.
how he can make a corner so tight,
Yeah,
that's-
I mean it's exactly what I would have done too.
Yeah.
Of just get inside of him and then just push him out to the water and be like, well, I'm on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And then, yeah, those last 4 corners are just so tight, just one line right in the water just to hold it as tight to the stick as you can. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. It was awesome to watch.
Yep. So yeah, I got 5th in pro stock.
You know, it ain't bad. Could
Better
be
than
worse.
10th?
Better than 6th last weekend.
Yeah.
So
You improved a little bit.
yeah, but just a very odd 2 weekends of going from Pine Lake to 2 weekends of struggling. And I talked to Taylor Bunke after the race outside the Piners Resort there, and he was kind of in the same exact boat of we both had high expectations of doing really good from Pine Lake to here, and just kind of both struggled both weekends. It was like I said I was doing the same thing, just total head scratcher the whole weekend. So yeah, good weekend.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Another thank you to Pinehurst Resort and Naytahwaush Night Riders.
Mm-hmm.
They always put on a good show and they always help out like
A lot.
immensely.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
before Corn on USXE, they were the ones that were always putting on the race.
Yep.
So they always have a lot to do with that race.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, now we're so I wanted to get into one other thing, the fuel stop debacle.
Oh yeah.
We brought it up last weekend.
Sorry.
Because last weekend, stuff was so blatantly out of the realm of not up to rules and par. So they actually brought it up this weekend at the drivers' meeting and whatnot, that they were weighing cans, teching cans, and everything. So you knew they were teching cans. They knew you were weighing your fuel for 4 gallons.
Yep.
And the fuel stops.
It didn't help to put in rules.
Yeah.
The fuel stop was just as hectic. It was the most hectic I've ever seen it.
Like,
it was wild to watch and be in there and like, what am I watching?
Yeah. Of stuff that I heard of just people are kicking cans over, fuel caps so loose that more fuel is running outside the cap than down the hose.
Yeah.
Pulling gas fuel jugs out while it's still dumping gas.
Yeah.
It's like spilling.
Yeah.
And you're still holding it upside down as it's running out.
Yep.
It's like, come on, man.
It's just like these NASCAR cheater trucks, you know?
That's exactly what Dad says. Like, this needs to be like NASCAR.
Yeah.
Where there needs to be more like a person watching every team.
Like, so I give props to Core for teching it.
Yeah, trying to help, trying to make a solution.
Making a difference from last weekend to this weekend.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
Definitely made a difference. Definitely put more effort into it. They were watching. Todd was in the fuel stop there watching.
Everybody knew what was going on.
Yeah.
There's talks about it.
So, yeah. So what did I have written down here? Yeah, it's not Bush League. Like, this is
the highest level.
This is pro.
Yeah, it should be clear-cut rules, like pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Like if you try to cheat or do something weird, like you're getting DQ'd or like absolutely.
And so people were docked. They said during the drivers' meeting that it was DQ'd. They were like, that was the penalty of DQ.
Yeah.
So like,
which you think it should be. Like, you want to stop all this foolery, like just give it a hard line. If you try to cheat in the gas stop, you're DQ'd.
Yeah, because we'd made the joke of why people had gave us hell for having slow fuel stop. It's like, well, because our can's legal and we're dumping all of our gas.
Everything you do is legal.
Yeah. And you need all the gas.
No, we don't. No,
so we say we dump all the gas.
Yeah, we dump all the gas.
Yeah, sorry.
So what Brian Brian had texted me. He's like, so next year, if you're running 5th, pull in, take 1 gallon, jump back out there, because you only took 1 gallon, get into first, and then you're only penalized 1 spot, so you still get second.
Yeah, exactly.
So something's got to be just changed, because
it can't be like that every time. If it was like that every time.
No, it comes like, I don't know how many races have came down to the fuel stops.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Of the time differences of how close they are.
Race, comes down to the fuel stop.
But just being that hectic, it's like,
oh
my God.
Like, even that they were teching cans and whatnot this weekend. Like,
like you weigh a can and like whatever, you're supposed to dump 4 gallons and they leave the gas stop and the gas can is sitting on the ice and you could still see like probably 2 gallons of gas still sloshing around in the bottom. It's like, well, you just know you're getting penalized. I'm not doing that again.
He's got to try it though.
I'll give it a crank.
Give it a look.
Smelling salts.
Don't lose the headset.
First time for Collin.
Kyle almost lost the headset when he did it.
I did lose the headset.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go flying. But no, me and Dad were just laughing.
talking to Brian Dyrdahl about it, because I like Brian's thoughts on it, because
Brian had a lot of good points when we were all standing there.
He's one of the best, and his voice, like his opinion, carries a lot of weight for just his,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then him not just being a fan, him actually being in the fuel stops helping Jesse too. Mm-hmm. So like, if he was just a fan standing on the sideline,
it would be different.
It'd be a little bit different. Yeah. But since he's actually in the fuel stops helping Jesse, that he his voice should be heard a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
So yeah, make the penalties harsher. For sure.
Because that's right what it comes down to is fuel stop.
Yep. I mean, it's simple enough. You have a LC can or LC2 can, 3/4 inch inside diameter hose, 12 inches long, vent hose of 3/16. So like next year, you have a drill bit the size, just the hair above a 3/16, like the next size above. Like what would that be? Like maybe a 1964th or something.
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
If you want to get that, if you want to get that,
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
You insert tube.
Yep. So bring that drill bit, and if that goes into somebody's vent, that vent is too big.
Yeah.
you can. You either have to get a new can, or if you use that can,
No, you can't use it.
Yeah,
If the vent's too big, it's illegal.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Can't use that can. Get a
It's
new
got to
one.
be. It's got to be tracked. Like we'll pay for two camera guys at Pine Lake watching both sides of the pit lane, or something.
I suppose it would be kind of a pain for. I suppose it would be kind of a pain for them to
Not
buy all brand new cans.
Yeah,
the
they're-
exact same can.
they're
and
they're
then
not doing that.
No.
Right? Yeah, that would be too tough.
And then you can't watch every single sled that comes
there
in there.
have to be too many
When-
people.
When
There's
there's
like
like
3 people that go in at one time.
Yeah,
Yep.
like you'd have to have so many extra workers just for the gas stop
to
alone.
watch every person.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it's like some of the pro peers probably won't like it, but it's got to be changed.
Yeah. I think so.
Shout out to Dylan Stevens. He found some speed with that old 4-stroke, brand new 4-stroke.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. See what you can do with it next year. Next year will be my last year on this sled that I'm currently on, because then it'll be too old.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'll have a 4-stroke for sale next year.
Making a change to Polaris.
No,
No.
what?
No.
No, we got to try. It'll be interesting to see what we come up with after next year, though, for sure.
Yep.
Well, maybe Catalyst.
Yeah, we got to.
If they're fast.
We got to try something. But they are making 4-strokes up until 2025. So
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, really? Hell
yeah.
yeah.
So if we wanted to, it's essentially what Dylan's on right now. too.
Mm-hmm. True.
So yeah, props to Todd for making the change, but just more enforcement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something, because that was just me and Dad are standing there just laughing like, oh my God, what are we watching right now?
Yeah, unreal.
Yeah, so much gas. You could have thrown a match. Someone said that when we were standing there after the races. If you threw a match in that gas stop, the whole lake, the whole
just light
patch of the lake would start on fire.
So yeah, now what do we do, you guys?
Oh, Collin had a good thought. So hopefully people. Oh, and only cranks.
If people are still listening.
Yeah, if
Hour
people are-
and 40 in.
Oh yeah, people are still listening.
Oh, yeah.
Only cranks. Shout out Northern Crankshafts. I really don't know if this merch is available, but if it is, get your fucking bottom end sent out to Northern Crankshaft. That's main fucking source of the power right there.
Watch the cuss words.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have kids watching.
Sorry. So bleep that out.
Yeah,
No, we're not bleeping anything.
Beep beep beep. Okay, sorry. So yeah,
we
Northern Crankshafts. Shout out if you want some merch.
we did get a sticker on the table.
Yeah, we got sticker on the table.
Shop Talk podcast. Thanks to the people that bought merch this weekend.
Yeah,
At the lake.
yeah, that was cool.
Super cool. We're dwindling down on hats. Like barely a handful left. A lot of shirts left. $20 for shirt. $5 shipped to you.
Yep.
Yep.
So, Colin, you had a question or something?
Yep. What's up,
Yeah,
Colin?
I did. How would you say it, Kyle?
So if you could, or if you were going to enter a race, what would your dream race be?
Or like anything that you could dream up in your mind, your ultimate fantasy snowmobile race. What would it be? Like not an existing race. If you could make up a snowmobile race, what would it be? Like
any sleds. I mean,
Yep.
you know, any sleds, any terrain.
well,
any,
like so I'll just start off by saying mine. My
Sure. Give us an idea.
Like an ultimate fantasy snowmobile race. Mine would be 24 hours of Le Mans.
Ooh,
Ooh, that would be cool.
They used to do that 24 hours at Eagle River.
Oh, no kidding!
they did
Eagle
that,
River.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, but
I didn't
that's
know
what
that
was
either.
going through my head is if you had like a SU team where you had multiple riders,
Mm-hmm.
pit road, 24 hours of Le Mans.
That's kind of interesting because I got to think about it today a little bit. Mine would be a 400 mile Pine Lake course style, you know, fast Le Mans style, 400 miles. So you could run any machine. So you could run
Whatever you wanted.
turbo, you know, anything like, you know, this is, you know,
Yeah, you said
dream
fantasy,
race,
so yeah.
dream
Yeah,
race.
no, yeah, it's
so
fancy, yeah.
open means open. You can dream up any Thundercat. You can dream up any 850 boost. You can dream up any Skidoo, whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Open 400 lap or 400 miles. So, but break it into segments like they do NASCAR. You know how they have the period breaks in between.
Yeah.
So if you did need any repairs after,
Like
so
the
your-
plow brakes at
yeah,
the Sioux.
so your
Yeah.
first 10 laps and then a segment into a pit segment is
Yeah.
what you call it. But yeah, on open, you know, like anything goes, 400 miles,
At which track?
Pine Lake.
Oh,
That's cool you picked Pine Lake, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I was
that's
thinking like Las Vegas Strip on snowmobiles.
this year's Pine Lake course.
Yeah,
you know,
okay. Oh, yeah, this
40
year's-
feet wide, you know,
The perfect
and then-
track.
and then 400
But then and then like build the corners way out. So when you wear through,
Yeah, you
bring
can
the
just
corner
keep-
in
yeah.
and keep bringing it in as they wear through.
yeah.
See, that's tough on to move corners because let's say if you put this stick on the inside of the corner, that's where we're gonna go.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that's gonna wear through.
Yep.
And it's gonna be really hard to get people to go outside of that, like outside of the berm you form, even too.
Yep. Yep.
And maybe even, you know, during your 100-mile plow break, or if you wanted to call it a tech session, move that bale in a little bit,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
start 40 feet wide and then just slowly start working
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, you'd have to cancel it off instead of
Right.
building in front of it
Make
or
the corners
behind it.
open,
Yeah.
pretty much, you know.
But yeah, I'll have to look up the year that I remember seeing something about it with Artie Cat with was it
24 hours
Yep.
at Eagle River.
Ed, like it was Ed DeVault, Ed and Dan, I think, two brothers
Gotcha.
on Artie Cats.
Hey.
Like they're on Dad's poster in the garage.
Oh, okay.
I feel bad if that's not their names because I know somebody knows their names,
Gotcha.
but I'm pretty sure. I'll
That would be, you know, my idea would be true endurance of manufacturers too.
Yeah.
Your top performing machine, and then make it last 400 miles in one day.
why not do 500 miles?
Well, that was just, you know, to look at a 100-mile race is like an hour and some.
Hour and a half is
Yeah.
what our usual 100 miles is at
Yeah.
Pine Lake.
You could start at 9 and end at 3, whatever, you know.
Yeah, like 500 miles on Pine Lake would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
On open sleds, like anything goes. So you could run a Thundercat or a boost.
Give me an 03 F7.
03 F7 over any turbo sled
Yep.
with even electronic power steering.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel
Or
like the
07 Apex. Yamaha Apex.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Apex would be.
Give me an 07 Yamaha Apex. It's going to run the same all day. 10,500 RPMs all day.
Just a screaming banshee
That's
for
one thing that
500
I
miles.
asked Kyle one day is what year did they start making those? Was it 03 or 04?
Of what?
Yamaha 4-stroke.
I think it was 03 was like the RX1. Maybe 02.
Could you race one of those in classic?
It's up to
to
700 cc, so probably a 1,000 4-stroke would be
What-
just fine.
Like, would they allow that? Yeah, because they raced the 600s back then, right?
Well, classics class is up to 700 cc, so
I wonder if they'd let a 4-stroke go.
I don't know. That I
That'd
don't
be
know.
Cool. Just bring one.
Just show up. Yeah.
Just see.
Yeah. Look
If
what I
they-
built.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apex.
That I don't actually know.
Yeah. I'm only in classics class.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be legal.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Try it.
Huh.
People be like, that bitch moving.
Huh. Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, I would do 500 miles on Pine Lake with the like 25 degrees out. Same track we had this year.
with plow brakes?
no,
Or like
no plow brakes.
Just
That's what your fantasy race would be?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
just
Stock or
500,
mod?
500 straight laps.
Yeah, you could do mod. Like
Okay.
not
50
Gotcha.
straight laps.
I think with a 24-hour Le Mans, I think a stock-based class would be kind of cool because it'd be like a true test of
endurance.
endurance and machine.
That would be like
That would be awesome.
That's what I mean,
I would-
you know?
I would definitely pay attention to that race.
to do like everything I think of just goes back to Pine Lake because
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So like 24 hours at Pine Lake would be sweet.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Like,
god!
in the dark?
in all the lights, the lake would just be glowing.
Yep.
Like you'd have to put like we could have Chad put some light plants like out
That's
across the
yeah,
lake.
that's what I mean. Like it
Or
would.
even just
and
at
you'd have
every
to have
corner,
the-
you know?
Every
Yeah.
because then
corner
you
just
could
to
pick
mark
braking
your
points.
corners
Yeah.
a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. That was my picture in my head. Just the lake filled with light poles.
Yeah.
lit up.
Of course, we're all going to pick a Le Mans style, but we'd like to hear, you know,
Other
like
people.
Well,
ditch or snowcross.
well, yeah. My fantasy race would be like a race across Antarctica, across the whole continent,
Unrouted.
unrouted, just point to point.
Yeah.
Go.
And then north and south is only marked. You have to follow the sun.
Yeah, or like just east to west, whatever the longest point is of Antarctica. Like, just go. Like
know
something
the-
like that. That's my fantasy.
The Canterbury Enduro that they used to have. That would be pretty popular to bring back.
Oh yeah.
Where I
for
was
sure.
even thinking, like, you know, Thunder Bay, you know, like the Thunder Bay 500.
There's so many rocks over there.
know.
Yeah. I don't know how they ever did that.
Yeah. Through Grand Marais.
Yeah.
It's all rocks.
Exactly.
It's insane.
But yeah, the Canterbury Enduro would be pretty sweet to have like snow. Like all they did back then was like it was just snow piles on the front stretch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the whole back stretch was ice.
Yeah.
Was it Heikkinen that won
Yeah,
it?
Tony Heikkinen. Yep.
Yeah.
And it was like busted in half. His
Yeah,
sled
his
was
sled
afterwards.
totaled after the race.
Dale Clue said he raced in a race like that where it was a snowcross course up front and
Yeah.
then a Le Mans in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be another one that would be probably pretty popular on people's
Yeah.
lists.
But make the like all the jumps kind of like rollers so you could have like a decent ice setup,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it'd be hard to do it on today's chassis. If you set up so high for the ice stuff.
God, yeah, everyone would just be so slow and it would
Yeah.
go to the ice.
Pushing in the corners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. But no, 500 miles or 24. Could you imagine how many laps we could do in 24 hours?
Yeah.
I wonder how many miles that would be. That would be insane.
There we go, Chad. There's our next
24 hours of Pine Lake.
venture.
Could you imagine the crowd? Just the hype.
Yeah.
It would have to have like TV coverage, for God's sakes. Like helicopters.
And then
TV
you'd have to
coverage.
factor in like your fuel mileage and everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
But have a full pit road, just like the Sioux. You know?
Yeah.
You would definitely have to.
Yeah, yeah.
You would
Yeah,
have
run
to.
your
Like,
trailers
super
through
cool.
pit road.
yeah,
Or like
run
pit road through the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
24
It's just
hours
a-
of Pine Lake.
It's just a really cool dream.
The 24 hours is pretty far fetched, but the 500 miles that's a little more doable because
Yeah,
I think
500
totally.
miles of
they did
Pine
do
Lake.
500 miles up on War Road one year.
Yeah.
up on Lake of the Woods.
And they also
Oh,
used
yeah.
to do it on Mille Lacs Lake back in the
yeah,
day.
I thought so. Yep.
And I think they do it in Alaska too. I think there's some kind of 500-mile Le Mans up in Alaska
Oh,
too.
Really?
yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen that. Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
that would get really interesting.
Yeah,
500-mile Le Mans race, plow it wide as hell.
solos,
Solo.
solo runs too.
Yeah, no teams.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well, it'd be just like the I-500, but just in one day.
yeah.
Oofta. That would,
In one shot.
you could make a man out of yourself.
Yeah.
John Witch did it
Yep.
4 times at the Sioux.
4 times, yeah.
That's impressive.
Yep.
Well, who basically did it this year?
Dan Revering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Dan went over 400 by
Yeah.
himself.
That's
Yeah, I sat
insane.
next to him at the awards banquet. Yeah.
You didn't know who it was.
No, I didn't. He started talking though. I'm like, you did what today? Like, yeah, you should go back for a second plate of food. You freaking deserved it. Holy shit, man. Yeah, that was cool.
So yeah, episode 22.
I'd say it's in the books. That was a good episode. Probably the hardest we've laughed on an episode as well. When Kyle's explaining Collin falling on his back during the fun race.
Yeah, that was another thing.
Expecting a little tap, and I just got pushed into the hand.
Yeah, and it's just, what? Was not expecting that.
Oh, yeah, that was.
Another funny thing was when sitting in that row of just fast guys.
Yep.
I watched Evan Peppel come sprinting towards his machine, and I was like, "How are you gonna just tap this guy in a full sprint and stop yourself before getting in front of this machine? So when he goes, he's gonna run you over." So Evan just takes off sprinting, and he's running, and he comes up and he grabs him on the shoulders, and his body kind of just carries momentum, and it looked like he tripped over the A-arms of the machine, and he goes sliding out, fell flat on his face and slides out in front of everybody. I was like, well, now he can't go.
I did see that on video.
Yeah,
that's great.
Fell on the A-arms.
So he had a tough team race then.
Yeah.
Going from crashing to getting back on.
Yeah.
To finishing and then
Falling.
falling.
Yeah.
Still fast as hell, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With no hooks on his handlebars.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah.
I didn't even know people did that. Like, that's.
I didn't either until I seen it in staging. I said, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. It's like driving a car without power steering. It's like, you do what every day? It's like, why would you do that to yourself? You know how much better you could drive?
Well, you can't. You can't say anything. 'Cause he's
yeah,
hauling
that's the
ass.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's
just moving.
It's insane that you, like,
Maybe I'm doing something wrong with hooks on my bars.
maybe. That's, you can't say anything.
No.
Because it's not like he's not riding without hooks. Like,
No.
you would never know.
Right.
It's crazy.
So you're going back out to New York, Colin?
Yep.
Colin.
Yep. This weekend.
Colin.
or beginning of next
Mandy,
Colin?
Mandy said I kept saying Cullen
Yeah.
with a
Oh,
U.
yeah.
So sorry.
I noticed
At least it's not
sorry,
Colin.
Colin.
I've heard it a lot of different ways. Colin.
Colin's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Craig Strandlin last year at Pine Lake, he's a spotter. He's like, Colin was really moving out there. I was like, yeah, he does good.
Boy's fast.
That Colin does really good.
Jeez.
So yeah, back to New York until next winter.
Yep. Put the XC away today.
Damn.
Back in the shed.
Yep.
There's a lot of other sleds in there that didn't get to get rode this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this winter's been unreal. So yeah, next winter.
Heck yeah. Looking forward to it.
Hopefully we get some snow.
Mm-hmm.
Then we could throw a ditch race into the mix.
Yeah. No, I like the ice.
Yeah. You know me.
We know.
Yeah. You know me. I don't like to get off the ground.
I like throwing some approaches in there.
I'm not any good at the ditch stuff. I usually end up on my head.
Yeah.
But it's still fun just to do it for fun, you know?
Yeah. When you come over and approach and then you kind of launch it, then you see the other side's all cased out. It's like, oh,
This is going to be fun.
Oh, man.
This is when the fun begins.
Yeah.
Instant regret.
Yeah. I wonder how my chest is going to feel in the morning.
You just think, oh, no photographers around for this one.
Like 10 feet in the air, and then it's just grass on the other side.
Just looking so cool to feeling like a complete moron.
Yeah.
It's like the one year I raced a vintage sled in the I-500.
Yeah.
We were running along a tree line that was smooth going one way, and I passed a classic sled on this smooth straight. Well, when we got to the end of the tree line, we had to turn around and come back the other side. It was all them drifts. It was like blown through drifts. Well, hitting those drifts on a leaf spring machine in front of the guy that I just passed, I was like, oh, man, I feel so bad right now. Now he's waiting for me.
Yeah. Huh. Well, okay. Well, episode 22.
Yep.
It's 22.
Yep.
So, yeah, next weekend, the plan is to have the Dorn brothers call in, give us their Iron Dog experience, how many moose or bears they fought off and whatnot.
MXZ 440s.
Yep. 8th place in the Iron Dog. Pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
impressive.
That's freaking awesome.
And then, to drive all the way up there and drive home, and they made it there and back safe. So, a lot of driving.
Yeah.
That's a big commitment.
They put a lot of miles on of having to drive up there.
And then do the race.
Do the 2,500 mile race and then drive home.
Drive back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's commitment.
Yeah.
Awesome. Freaking awesome. Can't wait to hear about it.
So, yeah, that's our plan for next weekend. And then we'll probably go into, if there's no racing to talk about, well, there might be 1 or 2 snowcross races to maybe sum up at the end of the year. But then maybe get some people in here to tell their stories again.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Kind of different things.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks to everybody that brought up the podcast at the races. Super cool.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was cool.
Yeah.
And I haven't been to Naytahwaush since I was probably like 7 or 8. So that was cool to be back.
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Thanks.
See ya.
Oh, look at that
I
thumbnail.
hate that thumbnail.